So a couple days ago I told everyone how I wasn't ready to cut this hay, but basically the forecast looks good, so we're gonna knock her down. So I'll do the opening round and I'll bring you out. Well, I got my opening round. I did go a pass beside the barley where the weeds were growing and just knock those down. So now we're gonna cut some hay. About 2/3 of this field is decent quality, and then 1/3 is really weedy where I reseeded. So what I'm thinking of doing is small squaring all the good stuff so that I have hay for the calving barn and feeding a couple of young horses this winter. But I thought if I put up, like, this is just a little tiny piece of hay, but if I put up a couple thousand small square bales, I would have enough for doing little odds and ends. And like I said, right here, it's not a big yield by any means, but the quality's like still pretty darn good. So if I made small squares out of it, they'd be nice feed for some young horses, nice feed for the cows in the barn. And it's nice to have little bales for the barn rather than just pitching round bales that I've done for years. But like I said, the last 2 years I've had little bales for the barn, and it's pretty handy. And like I said, it's pretty handy, you wean off. I got to wean a filly off, and it's nice to have really good hay and hand feed them a little bit every day. But you can see the hay looks like. And then I'll show you the difference once we get to the bad third. Even where I am right now, I reseeded that where it's weedy. So here, like, there's hardly anything here, lots of weeds. But it's all been seeded under it, so we gotta cut this crap off so that the new hay can grow. So that's what I'm doing. I'll go round and round and show you some more in a bit. Like I said, I love this 1383 mower. It works good. But you see here, this is really, really weedy and very, very poor quality, but it'll feed a cow just fine. It's just, there's nothing there. Like, you leave just a tiny little swath, but underneath of it, there's new alfalfa and grass growing there. And actually on this third that I had to reseed, I reseeded it, there's a little more alfalfa in it than grass. So we'll see how she comes. This next spring we'll know whether we did it or not. But like I said, it's embarrassing how weedy this is. But if everything can come up and it looks good after, it'll be worth it. We're cutting at 9 miles an hour. No use cutting any faster. Those pivot tracks do hell on a machine. Here we're in the better stuff now. So there's still, it's not, like I said, it's nothing to ring a bell about. The alfalfa's kind of turned purple, but the grass could handle another week. But like I said, the forecast was good. So with the forecast being good, the old adage, you got to make hay while the rain or all the sun shines. But like I said, I cut that barley 2 weeks ago, and it's still laying there, and it's just as wet as when I cut it. So I figured I better knock this down. Hopefully I'll be baling straw pretty soon. I don't have enough hands to do everything, so. But I'll bring you out in a little while, and we'll look at some more stuff here. I gotta get turned around. I never go round and round when I'm cutting hay. Like, I go round and round and make my outside rounds, but then I'll go up and down, north to south, and make straight runs so it's easier to rake. But while I've been cutting, I've decided I don't really care. I'm gonna just go round and round, and I think I'm gonna try small square and all this, except for the weedy spots, and so then I'll just rake the weedy parts and round bale it, and it's not the end of the world. I'll be able to figure it all out. Sorry about that. I'm trying to do too many things and make a mess. Not enough hands. I'll curse about that later. I'll be like, who the heck made a big mess? Oh, it's me. Haha. Anyhow, I was gonna go and do my straight rounds, and then I thought, oh heck, why don't we just cut round and round today? Like I said, with the small square baler, I won't rake 2 to 1. I'll just bale single swaths. So it doesn't really matter if I have straight up and down swaths that are nice to rake. But like I said, I'll just take the V rake and I'll just rake the outside round and then the weedy stuff, and I'll leave the rest and I'll bale it all with the small square baler. But I haven't cut round and round for a lot of years. And even when we only had a side pull mower, we would make so many outside rounds, and then we would just lift up and drive across the ends and do it that way, where we had neighbors that would all just go round and round until it was done, and Grandpa had plenty to say about those people. But I know some guys that have, 16-foot hydro springs that cut round and round, which makes me giggle. But where this is going to be small square baling, I thought, what the heck, have a little fun, do something a little different. Here's my weedy stuff. Like I said, I'm pretty excited about what's coming up in that weedy stuff. There's a pretty good catch of hay coming. I've got to get everything ready and then go cutting the in-laws this afternoon. And there the field is purple, I'm quite certain. I don't usually do videos out there, but maybe I'll shoot a little out there too. Like I said, it's one of those things where you gotta drive a tractor an hour and a half for just a little bit of hay. It's hardly worth your time. But same thing, if I can get 1,000 little bales out there or whatever, it's worth it. And with what hay prices are, every bit helps. Over there laughing at us, going, haha, I'm not dry enough to bail. I don't ever stop when I'm driving without a camera in my hand. Later, whether it's when I'm done or when I'm cutting the other hay. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Well, there we be. It took us just as long to cut this field as it will be to drive to the next field. So you can get a look at what the stubble looks like. It looks like I got a little raggy there, so I must have a bent blade, so I'll have to go look at things. But you can see just little windrows. And so here's some of the grass and alfalfa in it. It's definitely conditioned. But obviously I have a bent blade for as raggy as that cut is, so I'll take her in and shine her up and we'll go to the next field. Yippee-ki-yay! Well, I'm out at the in-laws cutting hay. Wheel mover, a pain in the ass, but better than dry land. So this is some of the hay. There's just a ton of dandelion in it, like just a ton. It's some hay that should be taken out for 2 or 3 years and just taken care of to get rid of all the perennials in it. But it makes cow feed, not awesome cow feed, but it still makes cow feed. At least we're getting it done. Father-in-law's driving Wyatt around moving pipes, so fun, fun, fun. Well, finally, I get to do my last pass. And you can see it's a skinny pass. Because the corn looks so good, I didn't pick up any other second cut, so I only have just a little bit of second cut to do. Just this out here and that little bit of grass hay I just cut earlier today. Alfalfa in my area has gotten so ridiculous that I could go buy someone else's corn silage chopped and piled cheaper than I can buy alfalfa, like by the dry ton, standing in a field. So I chose to let go of any other hay that I could buy, and we ain't gonna do it. Just do our green feed, do this, and chop corn. There we be. Enough of this bullshit. I'll come out hopefully in a week. This alfalfa and dandelion will be dry enough and I'll bale her up. So thanks for watching, and be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe, and have yourselves a great day. Take care.